Happy Mask Monday, ladies. I'm gonna do this moisturizing Berry moisturizing and brightening. Moisturizing Korean face mask made with extracts of Berry to tighten and smooth your skin. Inspired by Korean innovation, a triple layer sheet technology designed to enhance the moisture content within the mask and lead to an increased absorption rate within the skin. I'm gonna talk about a shop alter ego as soon as I get this mask on. They had tagged me in a Instagram and wanted to know what I would like to see next for them to come out with, because it's been a while since they've had anything come out. My little T is back there shaking her little tail. Hiding under her little zebra blankie. Okay. I have got every palette that they have come out with on Shop Alter Ego. The first palette they came out with was called Temptress. And this is the box that it came in. This came in, I wrote this all down. February of 2019 was the first palette that came in 2019 is the first palette that came out. It's a very beautiful palette. I've used it quite a bit. I mean, it looks really, really pretty. I'm not gonna swatch anything because I'm just not. And I'm not certain if they have got this back on their website. But this was the very first palette that they come out with. And the cost was $16 for this palette. And I cannot remember what everybody said that it was a dupe for. And then the second palette, I should have had this all. Was the Goddess palette. And it came out June 2019. And it was $16. And I didn't really use this much. I used it somewhat, but not much. It's a beautiful palette. And just let me tell you, their formula is really creamy, and I like them. But this was their second palette that they come out with. And it has a mirror to it. This was whenever I really started getting into doing, well, actually, the first palettes that I bought was from Morphe when I started getting into makeup. I had got my first 4 palettes and set of brushes through Morphe. And then the third palette that I got from Alter Ego was Daydream. It's very pretty, very pretty. And I think I only used this a couple of times. But that is what that looks like. And this right here is a cream. It's called Conceal. But it is beautiful. And I used like this, let me see the name of that. It's Starlight. I use that Starlight, and I used this Cosmos right there. And then I also used Celestial in that palette. And I also used Sunkissed. I think these are very good palettes. And my deal of doing this is to do a palette, you know, use a palette one palette every day. Well, like I'll use, well, whatever one I pick to use first, which would probably be the first palette I got, is for one day look. And then the next day, another palette. But anyways, this palette cost $18. The Daydream palette did. And then in September of 2019, they come out with the Sahara Palette. It looks like that. And I dabbled in this somewhat. It's beautiful. I played a lot in well, the Sahara right here, and then this one right here called Jewel. And yeah, I do believe I touched a little bit on Raven. But yeah, that's a really, their formulas are really good. I mean, to me, they are, in my opinion. Now, have I used high-end palettes since then? Yes, I have, because of BoxyCharm. I would have never got any high-end palettes, and I can honestly tell you that I'm not, there's two palettes that I got that was the Norvina palettes. I got the volume 1 and volume 2, the purple palette and the orange palette. Don't get me wrong, I like them, but I think compared to some of these palettes, a couple are better, but they don't look like them, is what I'm trying to tell you. Okay, and then the next one is Aurora. And Aurora came out December 2019. And that's what that looks like. They got very good packaging. And I just can't believe this thing. It's not hanging on like them other masks did. And I can't find my Jason mask, as Sherry would say. Or Michael Myers. Or Scream. That's kind of what this one looks like. Scream. Okay. And I did a little playing, probably used a different palette, like pulled this palette out and to use a color. And I used Radiance, this one right here. And yeah, that one there is the only one I used out of that. So like I said, I probably just pulled this one out to use, you know, for one of the palettes I already got. But yeah, that was the 5th palette they come out with. And alrighty, the second thing that I bought from them is or the 6th isn't a palette, but I forgot to grab these down. I bought a set of Flippies. All right. I might swatch these, but it was a set of 6 and they were $28. They were 6 nude matte lipsticks, or lippies anyway. Anyhow, this one here is in the shade called Jealousy. Let me shake it up because I haven't really opened them. The only thing I did is like take them out of the box and put them in my little, and then like, you know, I started really getting into color. I don't know how to do this. We'll just, I'm not a swatcher. But that's called Jealousy. And this one here is called Infamous. It's kind of a brownish maroon, but yeah, you can tell I just opened them. So I will be getting to, since I'm getting more comfortable with what I'm doing, I will start to use them. This one here is called Utopia. That one there is Utopia. And this one here is called Intrigue. This is kind of like a burnt orange color. That one right there is like a burnt orange. And this one here is called Crush. And then the last one, it is called Vanity. And I'll put this one here up at the top. This top one here is called Vanity. It's it's a vampy red, which I really like that. I could see that on my lips. But yeah, that's those. And like I said, those were $28 for the set of 6. Let's put them back over here. And now the sixth palette they come out with was called Artemis. And I really liked this one. I think I maybe used it twice, but this is what it looks like. And the box it came in. Yeah, I used it more than once, so I used it more than twice, but yeah, this is very pretty. Very pretty. But I am gonna try to use one palette every day and do a look. And hopefully I will be able to record them. So but I really love this Artemis palette. Actually, I love them all. And then after the Artemis, they come out, well, the Artemis come out in August of 2020. And then in January of 21, they come out with 2 palettes back to back and a brush set. Well, I've got the brush set right here, except for these right here don't belong. But this is the set, and it come packaged really well. I like them, and I use these brushes. I didn't use them for a while because, you know, I was still using my Morphe brushes. Well, the 2 palettes they came out with back to back was Blooms And I used this a couple of times. But it's a pretty palette too. And then I purchased these on the same day. The Blooms palette and the brush set and the Canyon palette. I purchased them on the same day, and it was in January or June. Yeah, January, I'm sorry, of 2021. And I think I just kind of just fingered this one, like swatched it. I didn't really use it yet. I just kind of swatched. So, yeah. But it is very pretty. These are like more of a fall color. Honestly, to me they are. But it really doesn't matter. You can do whatever you want with makeup. And then the next palette I bought was, and it came out in April of 21, and it's called Luster Charm. And I've played with this one. But it's really, really pretty. It's a very beautiful palette. Luster Charm. And there are people out there that have codes for them to get, you know, a discount. And then the last palette I bought, and they haven't made any more palettes since, was in July of 21. And that palette was called Shadow Kiss. Right here. This is a very pretty palette too. As a matter of fact, I did use this one yesterday on when I was showing my BoxyCharm and my scent box and my drop shop stuff. That I wore this yesterday. So today I will pick another palette. But isn't that just beautiful? But I today I did I put Desire, or not today, yesterday I put Desire on, and then I went up here to Vanish, I did that one. And oh, and then I went into shade. I put that underneath my eye. And then I think I took another palette. I'm sure I did, because well, I wished I could remember the palette I used. Out of sight, out of mind. Let's see, I might have used this Ace Beauté for it, I'm not sure. Nope, did not. Anyways, I used a golden color, but it wasn't this palette. But anyways, this was the last palette that they made. And this, like I told you, I got, they kind of asked me what I would like to see next. And I told them I would like to see a palette with pastels. But I don't think I'm gonna need that now, because I ordered they had a sale on ColourPop, and I think that'll be here on the 28th of this month. And these here stick real good. But anyways, I've probably had this on long enough. Yeah, it's been 30 minutes and it is kind of dry, so I'll just pull that off. Put this over here in my empties that I'll be doing at the end of this month. I just started doing this. I started collecting stuff at about the middle of March. But anyways, I know this has been pretty long and my hair is drying and this started falling out. So but let's have a happy Monday and let's watch all the Mask Monday ladies. Have a good week.